Aaron Simons and I were out on the boat, and we said, well, what do you want us to call you? I don't know, something cool like Fish. So he'd be back there wakeboarding, and we'd be going like this. And the name just stuck. Pretty cool nickname, huh? Fish. Let's give it up for him. We've got my, first time I can say it, my mother-in-law, Barbara, who, by the way, almost had a hole-in-one on Monday when we golfed at Craigan's. She was about this far off.
Okay, before I even get official here and give you a speech, I will say I do bring out the best in Kody. He does play, seriously, his best golf with me. I think it's because I get him to focus really well. And this Monday, when we played a two-man scramble, I will tell you, every time I play with him, he says, boy, Barb, that was the best golf I ever played. And then he keeps getting better. So this week when we played, and we did beat the guys, they said, Kody, we've never seen you play this good at golf. So anyway, that's my claim to fame with Kody. So officially, I want to kick off the speeches before it gets too rowdy here tonight, because I was thinking we were already getting out of control. So anyway, Kody, Melissa, it's a little bit of a bittersweet evening for me, more sweet than bitter, but it is, because Kody, I am entrusting my very special package, my greatest gift in life, my baby, to you. And I think that you know that I love my baby dearly and that she does need a lot of hugs and cuddles. But I have noted that it appears that you have stepped up to the plate and scored a 10 on delivering the hugs and cuddles. So I think that's why you got the nod and a yes. Over the years, I've noticed that Melissa does have several great qualities. One of her great qualities is her ability to choose and attract fabulous friends. And tonight, you are all a part of that great group. We've got people that were childhood friends like Kelly, her co-maid of honor, Grace, who was her across-the-street neighbor on the peninsula, and who knows what happened in their years together. And we've got her high school friends down here from Arizona that came, who were just stellar, or they're stellar friends. And then we've got her awesome group from Texas, and there's quite a few of them, too many for me to even name, but they're just an awesome group of, go Frogs. And then we've got the fabulous new social friends from Minnesota, who I also dearly love. I just love all of you. I cannot tell you how much I love her friends. So the new great friendship group here in Minnesota, and Melissa says that Kody does have a little bit to do with maybe some of the introductions of some of Melissa's great new friends. So just fabulous. I'm so thrilled to have you here and a part of both of their lives. I'm very thankful for that. Also, though, Kody, and noting that Melissa is great in choosing good people to be associated with, I equally trust her judgment in choosing you for her life partner. So I'm trusting you with my baby. Another quality, I guess the quality about, some qualities about Kody that I think attracted Melissa to Kody is his liveliness, his zest for life, his love for people, always helping people. And because of all this too, he gets Melissa out of her cocoon. So my baby sometimes, I think, has been in a cocoon, sheltered, because I've protected her, and Kody gets her out there and gets her zippy and lively. So they're a good match. They're a good, you complement each other very well. Also, I've noted, Kody, that you're a natural-born salesman, and you, everyone cannot help but love Kody. And he's always doing good things for people. And you're a very hard worker, and because of all that, I know you're going to always succeed. We also need to thank both Kody and Melissa for all the hard work they've put in the last few years in caring for John and his situation. And again, they've put in so much, and Kody, you've been there at her side the whole time. A lot of people probably would have vacated. And so thank you for taking all the calls and the talks, and we all know John loves to talk, so there's a lot of taking calls, and yeah, yes. Well, Kody does have some qualities that her dad has. The zipping, unpredictability, a lot of talking, a lot of calls. Yes, liveliness, unpredictability. Okay. But also, the last few years have been a bit challenging for Melissa, but I have seen her grown immensely in taking on these challenges and becoming a very strong adult young lady. And I have to compliment her in taking on tasks that were meant for very mature people, and she's had to take them on at a young age, and I applaud you, Melissa, for that. I also applaud you for all your organizational skills. Even in doing the wedding here, we were wedding planners together, and I was amazed. I've done lots of things. I've done fundraisers and chaired things and done things, and I thought, I can do all this blindfolded. But Melissa put me on Google Shared Docs, and I mean, before I could even halfway get through whatever I had thought or opened my mouth about, she had it all organized on Google Docs to share with me and just critique and add and subtract to. So I was very impressed with your organizational skills. Again, growing into a fabulous young lady. And you know what? You're going to complement each other in the skills that both of you do have. So anyway, my baby has grown to be proven to be a very thorough-thinking, fine, capable young lady whom I am very proud to be the mother of. She has been a great devoted daughter to me and her dad, and we love you dearly. And before I get another stop mother that I get a lot in life these days, stop mother, I will, but Melissa, I'm going to say, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. May God bless both of you richly.
Sit on.
Barbara? That's the part about how good Melissa's going to look. Oh. Because of me.
Hi, everyone. Thanks. I'm Greta, one of Melissa's best friends from the Brainerd Lakes area, and I'm honored to be here today with Kelly as Melissa's maid of honors. And I think we should start with a round of applause for Melissa, because she is the most beautiful and stunning bride I think we have ever seen. Yeah. So Melissa and I have been best friends since after college, but our friendship actually started long ago, not so far from this special spot at Madden's. I first met Melissa when she was visiting from Arizona and staying with her dad on Wilson Bay for the summer. We were in middle school and a little shy, but I remember being excited to meet the cute girl in a limited 2 outfit. Over the years, we stayed in touch, and I got to know how caring, smart, confident, driven, and fun she is. We spent time together in Minnesota and Arizona, cheered each other on through college and graduate school, and became even closer as she moved to Gull Lake. It is so special to be here together 15 years later, not far from where we met, celebrating her marriage to Kody. I feel blessed to have been friends for so long and be there for her life's most meaningful moments. Speaking of meaningful moments, I remember the day that Melissa and Kody first met. It was clear they had an instant connection as friends that eventually turned into a great relationship. From early on, we all thought they'd be together forever, as you couldn't deny the love, ease, and fun they had. Initially, Melissa was still living in Dallas, but with the pandemic, could work remotely and spend time in Minnesota. I noticed that more and more she was flying here, and I was picking her up at the airport. It was certain that a special someone had captured her heart. Don't worry, Kody, I'm gonna go easy on you. Can't say the rest for later, though. For those of us who know Kody well, we can understand how Melissa fell for him, as he is such an easy person to love. When I first met Kody through my boyfriend Jordan, I remember thinking he had an infectious personality that you couldn't help but feel drawn to. He is genuine, caring, and always makes others feel welcome and important. As we all know, he can also bring a smile and fun to just about every situation. He and Melissa share these qualities and complement each other so well, as Barbara said. They love to spend time together boating, golfing, cooking, traveling, and being with their many friends and family, but are also happy just relaxing on their porch and being in each other's presence. Last spring, Jordan and I were lucky to be there the day Kody made it official. He invited Jordan and I to take the first boat ride of the year with he and Melissa, but little did us girls know that the boys had a surprise up their sleeves. Melissa and I were catching up inside over a glass of wine, and we proceeded to see the boys fly out of the driveway with their boat Miss America in tow to splash at the landing. They picked us up at the dock, and a few minutes into our ride, Kody disappeared to the back of the boat and turned around to get down on one knee. It all made sense why they were in such a hurry to catch the perfect sunset. Seeing how ecstatic these two were to get engaged speaks to their love and how they are meant to be together. Melissa, I am so grateful to have you in my life. You are such a supportive, positive, and loving friend. I am so happy for you and know that everyone is excited to continue watching your and Kody's love grow. Thank you to you both for uniting and connecting so many of us here, as we wouldn't have each other if it wasn't for you two. We can't wait to continue celebrating you both tonight, and let's raise a glass in honor of Mr. and Mrs. Tesla.
Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kelly and one of Melissa's friends and co-maid of honors. First and foremost, congratulations to the beautiful couple. I know we're all absolutely honored to be here at Madden celebrating the two of you. I know Melissa has put in countless hours planning this wedding and making it perfect for all of you. I remember the day, it was probably about 16 years ago. This wasn't even built. Melissa and I were driving John's golf cart on the same very golf course, and Melissa looked over and pointed right over here at this river and goes, "I'm gonna get married here one day." I'm so thrilled to see that you made your dream come true with the love of your life. Melissa is my longest friend. We met in 1999 at Kiva Elementary School in Scottsdale, Arizona. One of my first memories with Melissa, I don't know if you remember this, we actually got sent to the principal's office for pushing each other on the monkey bars. Look how far we've come, Mel. Fast forward a few years, my parents moved my family to Minnesota, and I thought I would never see any of my Arizona friends again. So it came as a surprise when my mom told me summer of 4th grade, Melissa Simons had called her home phone telling me that she was in Minnesota for the summer. It was 2014 when Melissa brought me up to this amazing place called Gull Lake, and I was officially introduced to lake life. We spent every summer up here until we both left for college. We have been through most phases of our life together, and we started off pretty innocent. From jumping on your trampoline, screaming Sean Kingston all day, every day, tubing until we were bleeding. We even wore bodysuits when it got really bad. Trolling for single guys on the golf cart. John taking us to Zorba's on the Cobalt. Snowmobiling to Bar Harbor. Then we got older and more adventurous, but certainly not more responsible. We were officially allowed to take the jet skis out alone until we sucked up rocks and were stranded for about 6 hours one day. We made hundreds of Barb's famous margs. Thanks, John, for buying us more tequila than we should admit. We got both of our fake IDs taken on the same night in Orlando. We celebrated your 21st birthday in Kansas City together. And then finally, the day you introduced me to Kody at Zorba's, and I think that was the same day you told me you were going to marry him. While we've never lived in the same place, we have always been able to remain best friends, and that is because you have the most free-spirited and unique outlook on life. You have always been the one to remember every small detail of your friends' lives. You're such a natural caregiver to your friends and family, and I think everyone in this room can attest to your heartwarming response to any situation. Summer on Gull Lake was always Melissa's special place, and now she has created her own life with Sweet Code. For those of you who don't know, Melissa was everyone's favorite dock girl growing up at the local restaurant Ernie's, the same place their rehearsal dinner was hosted last night. Melissa has been around boats since she could walk, and now she has found a perfect husband whose life also revolves around boats on the very same lake. I think Mel always knew she would one day find Kody. Kody, thank you for making Melissa so happy. The first time I met Kody, I'm not going there. He was sledding down his backyard into the lake on dry grass in the middle of the summer. This is the perfect example of Kody and why they are just meant to be. You guys will always keep each other laughing. Kody, I'm pretty sure you set the bar for Minnesota nice. You are constantly making everyone feel so welcomed. You keep the entire room laughing, and your generosity is contagious. Grace said last night, be careful what you wish for on Kody because he'll make it happen. P.S. Thanks for always double checking we have a full drink. You two bring out the best in each other and everyone around you. As we've learned the past 24 hours, you definitely won't ever have a dull moment in your marriage. This weekend is nothing short of amazing and is just the beginning. Now everyone raise a glass to the stunning couple. Cheers.
That was
Would never.
On for. So as he says, I'm his younger brother, and I've looked up to both of them quite a bit. When I was little and they would come down to Iowa for the weekend, I would follow them around everywhere they went, whether that was sledding, them pulling me off the porch, which was like a straight down drop, and I'd crash on my face every time. It didn't matter what they were doing, I was doing it with them. And when Kody moved down to Iowa to finish high school, it didn't stop. He drugged me everywhere. I remember riding in his Blazer, and he had subs in there, and I was living life. He was blaring music that I probably shouldn't have been listening to, and I thought I was cool. Yeah. And that never stopped. Even when it was me coming to visit you, you were always so welcoming to me. You introduced me to your friends. And they were really good to me because he would just ramble on to his other friends and leave me in the corner. And I would just sit there. And I'm not like Kody. I can't just talk to everybody. So thankfully I had Aaron. But you're a good example of what everybody should want for in a big brother. And I couldn't have asked for a better one. And Mel, I've never seen him smile like he smiles when he's around you, and I'm just so thankful to have you in our family. Carson couldn't ask for a better aunt, and we're excited to have you in our family. So cheers to you guys, and I wish that you guys have a happy marriage and that God can bless you with many happy years. To you guys.
Thanks, Roscoe. Mike's on. I don't call him my younger brother, I call him my little brother. Here's my big brother, Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle's big brother. I wanted this to be a roast, but I'm married, so I don't get to do what I want. Welcome to the circus, Mel. We're really happy to have you part of this family. I mean, you've noticed that we're a close family, and you're perfect for it. Just the way that you guys are when you're with each other, and the way you can tell a lot by somebody by what little kids think of them. And I remember the first time you met my kids, and love you right away. And then I remember when you told Maxine you guys were getting married, and she said, good, we don't have to meet any more of Kody's girlfriends. All that stuff that you talked about Kody and your vows and love about him is the stuff that drives me absolutely nuts. So that's how I know you guys are perfect for each other. And I'm with Ross. I don't want to make this real long because he probably is going to talk for a while. I mean, if he doesn't know somebody, he talks for a long time. So when he does, it's going to be bad. I did make a few notes. You know, like the lake days that you guys do together, that's all really fun, and that's the way marriage should be. And then there's the other part of it where you don't always like each other, but remember you love each other. And it's important to learn how to communicate and make that last. And I know he's been looking for you for a long time.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So, but I'm I'm going to wrap it up. Oh. Oh, she wanted me to warn you that she's excited to have you in this family, but we can be a little crazy once in a while. So, and I know you're ready. You know, the way Kody loves your dad, you guys talk about that, you appreciate it, but he looks forward to those phone calls. So, just embrace each other.
Yes.
Could everybody give me a little fish here for him? He likes that. Yeah, what? So, yeah, I'm not much of a talker, obviously. Before moving up here, I had a home west of Minneapolis, and had a best friend named Aaron Simons. He's in our wedding tonight. And his last name is the same as my wife's, spelled the same with one M, maiden name, one M, not two M's. And she goes, I've never met another Simons before that I wasn't related to. So it just so happens that my best friend from back home happens to have the same last name as my wife. And that's pretty cool. But Erin had a daughter, she's seventh grade. So Erin lived with me at my house, and I had a dog named Cheddar, and it was my dog Cheddar, a puggle, by the way, Erin and his daughter Mariah. And most bachelors don't have parenting books sitting on the countertop and stuff when you come over, but we had family meals together, we prayed together, and he's always been a great friend of mine, and he's going to say a speech tonight too. We also raced motocross, and we thought we were pretty cool. Our team name was Stack Racing, S-T-A-K. Simons to Slaw, Aaron, Kody. Throw your number one up, because we were good. We were fast. Boy, look at his arm. He's still pretty fast, but he goes down when he's not. Step over here.
All right, I'll get over here. All right, Code wrecked half my speech by explaining a lot to you guys, but I'm going to start off with what I wrote in my phone here. Hello, everybody. My name's Aaron Simons. And believe it or not, I'm not related to Melissa. Anyhow, Kody and I have been buddies for a long time. At one point, we were neighbors as kids. And years later, we were roommates for a few years.
Got those bunk beds.
Yeah. We'll bypass a bunch of details, but yeah, we were on Hill Street. I go on for days telling you stories about all the memories we've had together, riding pit bikes late at night, and I don't know if Kody remembers flying our planes over the buffet at Unhinged. You know, we'd go flying for days, you know. It was, yeah, well, that's a little different. Trips out west, snowmobiling, snow biking, and snowboarding. Hang gliding over the ocean in Colorado. You know, it is possible. We got pictures to prove it. You know, we did it. 4th of July trips to Okoboji, and last-minute trips to Mankato State or St. Cloud State, which, you know, we'd be almost there, and I'd ask Kody, hey, you know, where are we staying? You organize this. He'd say, don't worry about it. I know like 5 people here. We'll find a place to stay. It's no big deal. So, you know, we always did find a place to stay. You know, it worked out. But it was always an adventure with Kody. You never knew where you were going to end up, how you're going to get there, but it always worked out. Some of the time, you know. There was a few years that Kody spent holidays with my family. He even got in the pictures with us. There's a few of the years where it was, yeah, my whole family and Kody. So it worked out good. My whole family always loved Kody. They did get a little nervous when I was hanging out with them, mostly my mother, who was back over there. But because we always had a lot of fun. And sometimes a little too much, she might say, but we had a lot of fun. Later on, when Kody moved up here, I got married and had a few kids, and we both grew up a little bit, I guess. So, you know, life goes on. But we don't get to talk as much. We don't hang out as much, but every time we do hang out, it's like we just hung out yesterday. So it's always same old thing. I come up here, visit a few times, and I get the pleasure of meeting Kody's now wife, Melissa. And I mean, how lucky can you be? You know, Kody having a great woman like her, and she has the last name Simons. I told him, you got to put a ring on that finger, Kody, and he responded with, that's just it, ain't it? Yeah. But I really, in the end, I'm very happy for the both of you. Couldn't be more thankful to be a part of your big wedding day. And if you all could raise your glass for the beautiful couple, but instead of just taking a drink, slam the whole thing. And Kody and Melissa would really appreciate it. And love you guys. Cheers.
Slam it, Kody!
Slam it, Kody.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you. Yes. Absolutely.
So none of you would be here today if it wasn't for this guy, my dad. Makes sense, doesn't it? And that's just it too, isn't it?
Hi, everybody. I'm Dad.
Right
And
over here.
I'm Dad. So I'm really blessed to have 3 great daughter-in-laws now. But you know, you guys hear all about this stuff, but I know the younger years. You know, Kody, he could sell a freezer to an Eskimo. And when I say this, I'm talking about all 3 of my boys. They could, from Little League baseball to riding BMX bikes, then motocross, and then hunting and fishing. They excelled at all of them. You go snowmobiling with them, they'll pick their ways through the trees, through the deep snow till they reach the top of the mountain. And if somebody was stuck, they'd be the first ones there to help. But they were good at that. But girls, not so much. I'm not kidding you. I mean, growing up, we were in Kremlin, Colorado one time, and we got done riding for the day, and we went to go fill the snowmobiles up with gas. And this local Colorado license plate jacked up Dodge pickup comes in full of girls. And Kyle says, hey, Code, go talk to them girls. So I'm busy trying to fill the things up, and Code goes up there and, hey, girls, I bet you really don't need gas. You're just checking us out, aren't you? And Kyle, he's busy watching. Here he's sitting. Well, we got to go back a little ways. When Kyle was growing up, he loved James Bond movies. You know how, I like my drinks shaken, not stirred. And you know how he'd come up to the ladies, the name is Bond, James Bond. So Kyle thought, hey, it looks pretty safe right now. So he went up to the gal by the gas pump, and he walks up to her and he says, T-Slaw, Kyle T-Slaw. The girl takes a step up to him, lost, get lost. And then, that's the big brother. And then we got old Code Bear here. One day we're putting those speakers in that Kody was talking about in the garage, and we were doing that, and we got them all done, and we turned on some Tom Petty. And I guess the reason Ross and Kody really liked Tom Petty, because I think it was the only CD we had in the boat one year. But anyway, we got the speakers all in, and old Code, he cranks up Tom Petty. And, oh, yeah, they sound good, Code. So, yeah, turn them down now. So we turned them down. We're putting the tools away, and Kody says to me, hey, Dad, if you could be anybody in the world, who would you be? And I says, I don't know. Well, probably Solomon in the Bible. He was the wisest man that ever lived, So I would be Solomon. Oh, not me, says Code. I'd be the last man in the world. Because he says, when I ask those girls out for a date, I'd like to know if it's really true what they say to me. So then we got Ross. So one day Kody calls him up on the phone a few years back, and he says, hey, Ross, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing great, in fact. I'm going to have a date this weekend. Her name is Morgan. Ross says, or Kody says, oh, that's nice. I'm glad to hear that. He says, the reason I was calling, did you hear that singer Tom Petty died? And Kody says, or Ross says, no, I didn't know that. And he says, yeah, God, it's kind of a bad deal, isn't it? Yeah. And then Kody says to him, yeah, I think my favorite song was Free Fallin'. And what was yours, Ross? Well, Ross thinks, he says, well, hey, I got a date this weekend, so it's got to be even the losers get lucky sometime. But anyway, we're so happy to have Melissa in our family because, he's a salesman. So he took that, he sold himself. And then he used his hunting and fishing skills. He was patient, and he waited for the right one. And hey, look at the catch he got. So, cheers to him.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank you.
Honey, is that it? Well, I guess that's it. We can all go home now. Nah, I'm just kidding. You want to talk? I get to talk. Number one, I think we got to give a really loud applause here for the folks here at Madden's. Let's give it up. We're going to give it up a little more yet here, but I've got two people in our wedding party, Adam Chinook and Ryan Klingelhutz. They used to work up here. And Adam ran the water sport area, the rentals, Perfecto Pizza, this whole area we're in. They live back on a par 3 of the Madden's West course. That's on the west side of the peninsula, believe it or not. And I'd come up here on the weekends and visit them. And it's literally the whole reason I met Melissa today. So I really Madden's has a special spot in my heart. And on top of that, the second time I met Melissa was right out front here. I was towing a pontoon. Do we want to tell them what it was called?
The panty splasher.
Who I ended up selling to Luke Minger, that's out here somewhere, but he's got a Malibu now, so hey, way to go, Luke. I was towing it here to trailer it down to him, actually. I'm a pretty good salesman, I guess. Maddens, you guys have outdone yourself. This place is absolutely incredible. On top of that, Barb, what you and Melissa have done to put this together, I really didn't want a big wedding. I just wanted to be married to Melissa, my best friend. I am so thankful that you said you wanted a big wedding and that we got it. So thank you all for being here. I also want to thank my parents. I'm so blessed. You know, a lot of times people's parents split up and they get remarried. I've been so blessed to have an incredible stepmother that I don't even consider step, a stepfather that I don't consider step, although I did forget to ask him to say the prayer tonight. Thank you all for being here. We just ask that you continue to keep us in your prayers. If you ever see one of us out and about, please help encourage us with our marriage, with our kids, to raise them in the right way in a Christian home. We're so thankful and so blessed. My prayers, Melissa's prayers, have truly been answered, and we just can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to say, hon?
I think he summed it up, but just thank you guys. It's surreal that, I think particularly for me, not being from Minnesota originally, going to college in Texas, being from Arizona, having people from Kansas, North Carolina, Florida, the list goes on. To have you all under one roof is truly surreal for me. So thank you. I love you all. And we're just so excited to have you here and continue this wonderful night. And Kody has something more to say, of course.
Yeah, there's going to be a dance yet tonight. When we were picking a venue, Melissa and I were thinking about going over to the Wilson Bayside. That's where she always imagined her wedding would be. But they built this great, beautiful place here, and they got concrete floors, which is great because with all of you out here, we'd probably start the floor on fire if it was wood. So thank goodness it's concrete. Please come visit us out on the dance floor. We've got a lake party tomorrow at Melissa's dad, John's house. Oh, I got to do my speech with him yet.
Oh, God. All right, one thing though. Address, if you need it for tomorrow, get your phone out, write it down. No, everyone knows. None of you are moving. It's 10999 Pine Beach Peninsula Road. It is down this road. There'll be 2 balloons on the mailbox. Look for that. Go in there. Have fun.
Look at a map and drive down the peninsula where you see all the cars and a bunch of 9s, you turn left. That's all you need to know. Melissa's dad, John, and I have become really close, and I wish I would have known him in his younger years. He's worked on a lot of incredible people. He's a doctor. And I'm going to help him with a speech tonight because one of the reasons that I knew instantly that Melissa was right for me was because a little book that I found sitting on his coffee table, and it's called What I Love About Dad.
Why would you do this?
Number 3, when I was little, I loved to snowmobile across Gull Lake with you. One of my favorites, number 13 here. I learned to water ski because of you. And then I'm going to bring it up to number 39, which is probably my favorite. Dad, what I love about you, it means so much that you showed me how to drive a boat and appreciate Gull Lake. I wouldn't be here marrying Melissa today if it wasn't for this legend, Dr. John Simons right here. he also split the bill for some of this, so thanks a lot, Doc. Thank you all. If you have any questions, ask one of my friends. They'll be able to tell you where something's at. That's all I got to say. Thank you.